Hi everyone, this is Karen.
Hey everybody, I am Shane. Welcome back.
Today we're looking at part 2 of the wonders of Machu Picchu. And the vocabulary words are preservation.
Preservation.
Even though Bran Castle is hundreds of years old, it is in an excellent state of preservation.
Addition.
Addition.
The latest edition of the book features an introduction written by a former president.
Publish.
Publish.
Katie hopes that the magazine will publish her article.
Adventure.
Adventure.
Harry headed to the desert in search of adventure.
Well, we can also go to Machu Picchu to search for an adventure.
Yeah, it sounds like quite an adventure to go there because it's really quite high up, right?
That's right, but a lot of it's such a popular tourist attraction.
Yes, it's up in the Andes Mountains, which
That's
is
right.
in Peru, right?
That's right.
That's where we are. So if you go there, how can you avoid getting altitude sickness?
You mean like when you're so high up, sometimes you feel like you're short of oxygen.
Yeah, you feel
might
dizzy,
and then
nauseated.
headache. That's right. If you want to avoid this kind of feeling, you should go to, I think it's Cusco, right?
Well, but you need to go into Cusco, which is even higher than Machu Picchu.
That's right.
So first you can go to Aguascalientes.
That's right. Aguas Calientes.
Yeah.
And then you can maybe spend like a night or two there. Let your body adjust to the altitude.
Yeah. And is there anything you can see? Is there like there's a museum in Aguascalientes?
Yes, there's a museum that you can check out in Aguas Calientes as well. So
they have the original National Geographic magazine where they discovered Machu Picchu.
that's
And
right.
then you can actually look at the original magazine.
So a lot of interesting things to see on your way up to Machu Picchu.
Yeah. Sounds like really cool. I bet the air must be really fresh up there too.
Yeah, I would definitely.
Can you imagine the stars at night?
That would just be beautiful.
I love the mountains.
Me too. I love nature.
Okay, let's go to Machu Picchu.
All right, Pikachu.
No.
Just joking.
The Wonders of Machu Picchu.
Today, Machu Picchu is a world-famous tourist attraction due to its excellent state of preservation and beautiful natural setting. However, getting there presents some challenges. A case in point is the high altitude. Machu Picchu sits 2,430 meters above sea level, and the city of Cusco, the entry point to Machu Picchu, is at 3,400 meters. Visitors who aren't used to such heights can get altitude sickness. As an example, one might develop nausea, dizziness, or a headache upon arriving in Cusco. The best way to avoid these unpleasant feelings is to go directly from Cusco to Machu Picchu's nearest town, Aguas Calientes, located at 2,040 meters. Spend 1 or 2 nights in Aguas Calientes to get used to the altitude before heading to Machu Picchu.
Today's lesson is called The Wonders of Machu Picchu. Part 2. Hello everyone, my name is Jeff.
And I'm Mike. We're learning about Machu Picchu, the ancient Incan site up in the Andes Mountains in the beautiful country of Peru. Discovered back in the early 1900s by Hiram Bingham III, an American explorer, this was actually the retreat for the leaders of the Incan Empire, the kings and emperors back in the 1400s. But their civilization collapsed, the people went away, abandoning the site, but it stayed there because it was built up in the mountains in an amazing place with amazing engineering. So it's still around, which is good for us because we can visit Machu Picchu to this day.
It is good for us, but is that good for Machu Picchu?
True.
Should tourists in droves visit this place?
Maybe we're going to love it a little too much.
Maybe we would love it a bit too much. Anyways, today Machu Picchu is a world-famous tourist attraction due to its excellent state of preservation and beautiful natural setting. Yes, this was unbelievably well made, so yes, it has been preserved quite well. It has not fallen apart at all.
Absolutely. Considering it is 600 or 700 years old, if you go there or even see pictures, you'll notice that compared to, some old castles in Europe or things that are much younger than that, Machu Picchu still looks like it's in pretty good condition, right? I think it's really just missing the roofs on a lot of the buildings, probably because they were made of wood or something, but walls are there, pathways are there, terraces are there. So preservation is this noun that we use to talk about keeping something protected and in its original state. People who are interested in the history of a building or the architecture, people from the art world are very interested in preserving. We could preserve, that's to use the verb form, or they're interested in the preservation of old things. These are the people who, clean off old paintings and fix damage to buildings so that people in the future can enjoy these things and keep them looking as they did hundreds of years ago without changing them too much. For example, even though Bran Castle is hundreds of years old, it is in an excellent state of preservation. It really looks like, people were using it as a castle just 10 or 20 years ago.
It's well preserved.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyways, more on Machu Picchu. Maybe some other time we'll talk about Bran Castle. Right now, though, let's focus on Machu Picchu. However, getting there presents some challenges. Sure, you want to visit one of these new 7 wonders of the world. Sure, you want to go to Machu Picchu. But yes, getting there is tough. Getting there presents some challenges. A case in point is the high altitude. It's very high up there in the mountains. So even if you're just alone, you don't have any bags or any encumbrances, it's still going to be tough to get up there unless you're a pretty good hiker.
Absolutely. As you travel up in altitude, the air gets thinner and it gets harder to breathe and you get tired a lot faster. And this is a pretty high place. Machu Picchu sits 2,430 meters above sea level, and the city of Cuzco, the entry point to Machu Picchu, is at 3,400 meters. So it's even higher. To give you a little bit of a comparison, Mount Everest is around 8,800 meters. So this is like halfway up the tallest mountain in the world. Yeah, the air would be thin, and for us, especially from a place like Taipei, which is really low down, very close to sea level, we would really, really notice this lack of oxygen. So what would happen?
You would get altitude sickness. Visitors who aren't used to such heights can get altitude sickness. So there you go. You might get sick because of the altitude there if you visit Peru when you go to Machu Picchu. There's also the fact that you've got to hike up there yourself, which can be quite difficult. Now, more on altitude sickness. As an example, one might develop nausea, dizziness, or a headache upon arriving in Cuzco. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. Now, the best way to avoid these unpleasant feelings is to go directly from Cuzco to Machu Picchu's nearest town, Aguascalientes, located at 2,040 meters. That's still kind of at a high elevation, but it's better than Cuzco.
Right, absolutely. Or if you go to Cuzco, maybe plan to spend a few weeks there getting used to the altitude before you move on. Your body will adjust, but it does take some time. So don't push yourself the day after you land in the country. Here's some good advice. Spend 1 or 2 nights in Aguascalientes to get used to the altitude before heading to Machu Picchu. Yes, you want to acclimatize yourself. That's basically
acclimate,
basically getting your body used to the situation or the condition. So that's a good bit of advice. Spend a couple nights at this town at the lower altitude before heading to Machu Picchu. It'll be easier to breathe. You won't have the headache so quickly. All that stuff will make your life much, much easier. Let's take a quick break and then we'll be back with more from
Machu Picchu.
Indeedy do.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。印加帝国从16世纪开始衰亡。当这个帝国瓦解之后，马丘比丘被遗弃了好几个世纪，但是直到1911年才被美国探险家发现。由于马丘比丘它的保存状况良好，又有美丽的自然环境，现在它已经成为世界闻名的观光景点。可是也因为有大批观光客的造访，使这个景点受到危及。后来秘鲁呢就有制定法规来限制参观的时段跟人数。好，那刚刚 Jeff 老师在开场的时候用到 片语 in droves。droves 是拼作 droves， 那这是用来描述大批观光客。那么 in droves 就表示大批地、成群地，用来只说成群移动的家畜啊，或是人群。好，那我们来看单字 preservation。preservation 它表示保存、维护，它的动词是 preserve。preserve 表示保存、维护，我们可以用 well preserved 来形容它是保存完好的。好，课文提到说，要去马丘比丘啊，其实得面临一些挑战，像是它的高海拔。如果你不适应的话，可能会有高山症，你可能会感到恶心啊、头晕或是头痛。课文就建议我们说，如果要避免这些身体不适的状况，最好先去附近的小镇阿瓜斯卡连提斯待1-2晚。好，那先慢慢习惯它的高度。那我们先来看3个补充单字 setting。这平常有设定的意思嘛？可是，在文中它是指环境、位置。那么 altitude 表示海拔 ，altitude sickness 就表示高山症。刚刚老师们有聊到说，其实就算你没有带包包，没有其他的累赘，你要去海拔那么高的地方，还是个大挑战，必须先让自己适应环境。好，这时候老师有用到 encumbrance 这个字。encumbrance 可以表达阻碍或是累赘。那么还有用到 acclimatize 这个字 acclimatize 也可以用 acclimate 这是拼作 acclimate 这2个字都可以用来表达使什么什么适应环境。我们接着回到课文中。
The wonders of Machu Picchu.Aguascalientes
also has some worthwhile attractions, like the Manuel Chavez Ballon Site Museum. Here you can view interesting objects, such as the original edition of the National Geographic magazine that published Hiram Bingham's discovery of Machu Picchu.
Okay, so if you're going to go to Machu Picchu, maybe you're going to want to spend a couple of days at Aguascalientes in order to acclimatize, to acclimate, to get used to the altitude there. That way, you won't get altitude sickness and your trip to Machu Picchu will be much more enjoyable. Now, more on Aguascalientes. Aguascalientes also has some worthwhile attractions, like the Manuel Chavez Ballon Site Museum. So there you go. Going to Aguascalientes, it doesn't have to be boring at all. There's a lot to do. There are a lot of great attractions there.
Absolutely, something you can do while you're killing time, getting used to the altitude, and not only will your body be happy with this little rest, but your brain will be happy because at the museum you can actually learn a lot about Machu Picchu before you go to visit the site. And I think, the more you know about it, the more you'll enjoy it and the more you'll get from it. In the museum, we learn here you can view interesting objects. It's a museum, such as the original edition of the National Geographic magazine that published Hiram Bingham's discovery of Machu Picchu. This is kind of the thing that announced the existence of this place to the world. Yeah, Nat Geo was a magazine way back then, and Hiram Bingham, his articles and pictures, I don't know if he took the pictures, but articles about his adventures and pictures of Machu Picchu appeared in there in a long, long ago edition of the mag.
Now here we have the word edition, okay, it's a noun. An edition is kind of like a version for a book. These days, everybody comes across this word version when they're using their computers, okay? When you are updating your software, your Windows or your OS X, you are getting the new version. So it's still Windows, you're just getting a new version of that software. Now for books though, you'd say that, that these new things, let's say, new printings, let's say, of a book would be called a new edition. Here we're talking about the original edition. So maybe this particular magazine has been printed more than once, but this is the very first time that this particular magazine came out. This is the original edition of this magazine. For example, the latest edition of the book features an introduction written by a former president. So this is a popular book. It's been printed more than once, and this newest edition it has this great feature written by a former president.
Okay, so if a book is really popular, they'll publish new
print it again.
editions every few years. If a magazine is out there in the market, they might publish an edition every month or every week. And of course, newspapers, they publish editions every day, basically, you know, because you want the daily news. But in all these cases, we are publishing these books, magazines, or newspapers. To publish is basically to make a book, a magazine, or a newspaper. You get the paper, you get the ink, you put the letters on the page, you put it in a package, either in a cover as a magazine or with a sort of a hard cover with a book or something like that. And then of course you also get it out to places where people can buy it. But big companies, magazine companies, book companies, they publish these things in about all different topics, sold in all different places. But basically to publish is to print a book or magazine so that people can then go out and buy it. For example, Katie hopes that the magazine will publish her article. She hopes that the magazine will include her article, the words, the pictures, in their next edition.
Sounds good to me. All right, folks, with that, it's time for us to take a short break. But don't go away. When we come back, we'll have more for you guys on Machu Picchu.
刚刚说的那个小镇阿瓜斯卡连提斯，它也有一些值得参观的景点，像它有一座博物馆，里面除了有一些有趣的物品，还可以看到它刊登这个海勒姆宾厄姆发现马丘比丘的国家地理杂志的原版哦。那这边用到两个单字 edition， 它就表示版本、版次或者是版，像我们会用First edition 来表达书籍的出版第一版，或是用 limited edition 来表达限量版。下一个单字 publish 它表示刊登、出版或是发行。那么补充单字 worthwhile 则是形容值得的、值得花钱、值得花时间或是值得花精力的。接回课文中。
The Wonders of Machu Picchu.
Machu Picchu sits high not only in the Andes, but also on many bucket lists, and it's easy to understand why. Just remember, getting there is half the fun, so don't miss this exciting chance for adventure.
Machu Picchu. How awesome. What a great place. One day, I am definitely going. I'm putting Machu Picchu on my bucket list. Yeah, Machu Picchu sits high not only in the Andes, but also on many bucket lists like mine. And it's easy to understand why. It's just great. It's so great that I want to see it before I die. By the way, your bucket list, that's a list of the things that you'd like to do or see or visit before you die. So yes, Machu Picchu is on many bucket lists.
Absolutely, and it's easy to understand why, because it's a difficult place to get to. We've all seen pictures, and it does seem kind of like an old-time adventure to head out there into the forests and then the mountains and then find this amazing place that is almost like from a storybook or a fairy tale. But just remember, getting there is half the fun. So don't miss this exciting chance for adventure. Even if you've got the money and they can do it, don't take a helicopter there or, drive a car as far as you possibly can and then have people carry you up the mountain. No, it's the adventure of getting there. It's supposed to be challenging. You're supposed to have sore feet because when you come up and enter that area, it'll be just like you're a hero in your own action movie.
There you go.
Something like that.
Yeah, and what good is an adventure if you don't have sore feet?
Yeah.
You gotta have sore feet.
Absolutely.
What kind of adventure is that if your feet are comfortable? Oh my gosh. Anyways, here, an adventure is kind of like a journey of self-discovery, okay? When you go on an adventure, you do something amazing, you do something fun, you do something potentially dangerous in order to have a great experience and to learn about yourself a little bit. Anyways, here the word adventure is a noun. Let's take a look at an example sentence. You could say, Harry headed to the desert in search of adventure. He wanted something interesting to happen to him, so he thought, I'm going to go on a desert adventure.
That sounds dangerous. Good luck, Harry.
Hey, good luck, Harry. Anyways, folks, that's it for our article on Machu Picchu, but we're not done with the lesson quite yet. We still have the what do you think question to ask and answer. Hey Mike, what makes Machu Picchu a place that many people feel they must visit in their lifetime?
I'd say Machu Picchu is a must-see for many reasons. First, the name. I think the name just brings up this idea of adventure. We don't know what language that is. It kind of rhymes. It's an easy name to remember, like Timbuktu. Where's Timbuktu? Most people don't know, but when you hear that name, yeah, somewhere like that. But when you hear that name, you think of, wow, what an exotic place. So I think that's part of it. And also the amazing pictures. There are a few places in the world, like the Great Pyramids or something like that, that whenever we see the pictures, it brings up a feeling, but Machu Picchu is just so much more unusual because of where it is, how it looks, and also how remote, how far away it is from anything else. So I think there's a lot of it, and a lot of it is the romance of the adventure.
I couldn't have possibly said it any better myself. All right, folks, with that, it's time for us to say goodbye for now, but we will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Take care.
对许多人来说，马丘比丘是这辈子必去的地方之一。虽然它很难到达，可是前往马丘比丘就像是一场刺激的探险，光是这个过程就很有趣了。那课文用到 something is half the fun， 就表示光是什么什么就够有趣了，什么什么就是大部分乐趣的来源。那么 half 在这边呢，它是用来表达很多或是大部分。我们最后来看单字 adventure。Adventure 表示探险、冒险或是冒险经历。那在冒险过程中可能会有潜在的危险，这时候 Jeff 老师用到 potentially 就表示可能的、潜在的，它是拼作 P-O-T-E-N-T-I-A-L-L-Y potentially。最后再补充一下 ，Mike 老师提到马丘比丘就像埃及金字塔一样，光是看照片就非常令人赞叹了。而且 Machu Picchu 这个名字很有异国情调，就像 Timbuktu 一样，听起来很神秘。老师说的 Timbuktu 廷布克图，它其实是西非马利共和国的一个城市，它也是联合国教科文组织所认定的世界遗产之一哦。好，那么老师还有用到 exotic 这个形容词。E-X-O-T-I-C exotic 可以形容具有异国情调的或是外来的，还有用到 pyramid 就是金字塔，它是拼作 P-Y-R-A-M-I-D pyramid 它除了指这个金字塔，它也可以指三角锥体。好，那么以上是今天的讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。大家好，我是 Hanny， 欢迎收看我们的文法单元。今天要介绍的文法重点有3个，第一个是 not only but also， 第二个是 bucket list， 第三个是 it's easy to 加原形动词。好，我们先来学 not only but also 这个用语，它是配对连接词，用来连接两个词性相同的字词，表示不但怎么样，而且怎么样。那在连接动词的时候，时态要一致哦。举例来说 ，The app is not only fun but also educational。这个应用程式不但好玩，而且也有教育意义。有没有看到这边我们是用 not only but also 来连接两个形容词 fun 还有 educational。好，再造一个例句 ：The cake not only looks lovely, but also 空格 delicious。这边我们来练习看看咯。空格里面要填入 taste 的变化型，来表达说这个蛋糕不仅外观精致，而且很好吃。那这边我们考考大家，请问 not only but also 用来连接动词的话，这个空格要填入什么呢？第一个 taste， 第二个 tastes。第三个 tasting， 想想看，动动脑，想好了没？好，因为要跟前面动词 looks 时态一致，所以正确答案应该要选一样的单数动词 tastes。taste 后面要接 s， 所以这句是念作 The cake not only looks lovely, but also tastes delicious。好，接着来学 bucket list。英文有一个俏皮的说法是 kick the bucket， 踢桶子，它其实是用来表达死亡过世哦。那么 bucket list 就是源自于此，用来表达愿望清单、目标清单，有生之年要完成的事情，像是 Visiting Iceland is on my bucket list， 造访冰岛在我的愿望清单上，我希望在有生之年可以有机会去冰岛玩。好，那最后来学 It's easy to 加原形动词。It's easy to 加原形动词就表示什么什么很容易。这个虚主词 it 是用来代替后面的不定词 to 加原形动词。不定词呢是真正的主词，那么 easy 就是用来形容这个不定词所描述的事情是很容易的，像是It's easy to get addicted to live streaming apps. 对直播应用程式沉迷上瘾，这是很容易的。网络世界真的很容易让人沉迷，你是不是有时候一不小心5-6个小时就过去了，对不对？千万不要当低头僵尸大军，记得多多抬头关心你身边的活人啊！好，以上今天重点整理，我们下次见喽，拜拜。
欢迎来到 English in Action， 我是 Holly，
I'm Shane.
OK， 我们的 topic 再帮我念一下。
OK， 不要让我失望。You and you, nobody， 不要让我失望。
好，不要让我失望。那进对话。
Yeah, I'll meet you in a dialogue. You better be there. 不要让我失望哦。
你好恐怖哦。
I promise I'll take good care of your mailbox while you're on vacation.
Last time, you forgot to feed him. Please don't let me down this time.
Thank you for taking care of my mailbox.
Yeah, I would never let you down. I know mailbox friend is very important to you.
Yes.
So don't let me down.
Yeah.
Can you just, like, maybe you're carrying somebody and let me down, 我就
直接把它丢下去这样吗 ？OK，
有点这样的感觉，对吧
？OK， 所以其实你就不会放手嘛，对，你会 carry 它，我 carry 你，其实中文会这样讲，不，他会 carry 你这样子。
or我有点期待，还是一些 expectation。
对。
如果你没有得到我的 expectation， 我就会觉得
，OK， 所以就不会期待落空的意思啦。
Okay, or you could say don't fail me.
所以 fail 其实就是失败，所以请不要让我觉得很失败。
你很失败，对，有点这样的感觉。Don't fail me.
对。
Or you could say very directly, don't disappoint me.
所以 disappoint 就是失望，所以请不要让我失望了。
Yes. And we will definitely not let you down. If you have help, if you want help, have help. Want help with your English?
靠门就对了。Looks like you need help.
I think I do need help with that English. Don't let me down.
Don't let me down.
Don't fail me.
Don't fail me.
Don't disappoint me.
Don't disappoint me.